everybody referred to it as a cow pasture because it was brown and there was all kinds of roots and rocks, and I didn't think it had much of a future, to be honest with you.
Apparently the fellow that owned the property, he was describing the course the way he wanted it laid out, which was like a wagon wheel. Where you'd go out number one, play number two, come back. And the reason for that was they couldn't get a liquor license. And these fellows all liked their rum and coke.
So that every few holes they would come back and they would go to their vehicles, get a drink, and then, play on. And 3 holes later, they'd be back at the parking lot and whatnot. So that's the reason for the design.
Well, one of the original fellows that developed the golf course was a heavy smoker, and he smoked Belvedere cigarettes. And he had drawn a picture of the golf course on the inside of a used package, and when they decided to go ahead and build the course, they looked at the outer package of a Belvedere pack of cigarettes and said, "That's a neat name."
This is Belvedere's 60th year. And we wanted to do something special just to commemorate that. We want to celebrate what's good at Belvedere this summer and celebrate the membership, celebrate the history.
I feel like I've been here my whole life because my parents were members back in the early 70s. So I was one of the kids in the pool when they went out and golfed. And then later, my husband Gord Olson and I got married here in 1999. So again, it's always been a part of my family.
It's always been a welcoming place. Stan often mentions you could be at a table after a round of golf with a lawyer, a mechanic, a teacher, a truck driver, and you don't know who's who because nobody is saying, "Oh, you know what I do." We've been members at Belvedere for 45 years.
Yeah, I started out in '92 as president of Men's League, and I remained president for 3 years. And then I got on the board when we were expanding the clubhouse. Because in '83, the clubhouse burnt down. So we drew up some plans to pretty much what you see here, although there's been another remodeling since. But we doubled the size of the clubhouse. We had a Western night, we had a 50s night, a casino night, and a Hawaiian night in the same year.
My husband always called it the home away from home. So it's a tight-knit group. We're all bound together for the love of golf, and so we're all crazy to begin with, to love that game.
You're going back like this, kind of going reverse. And I started out here when I was about 13 years old, being in the back shop, outside services. Yeah, looking after members' golf clubs, picking the driving range, handling the ball dispenser at the time. I remember back in those days, our range picker was an old blue Suzuki standard truck. So being 13 years old and getting to drive that on the range was quite the thrill. You'd come out here and work, play some golf, get a basket of fries, and that was summer for me. I think the reason that I stayed on here so long is there was always opportunity and great mentorship. It was such a great family place, family-oriented place to be and to work, that everybody just really bought into the atmosphere and the idea of the club.
Well, my little sister started golfing this year, and she just mostly putts. And then my mom will rent clubs and come out with me and my dad. My sister, and we'll have like a family golf night. Just getting the whole family on a little cart. The same thing that I remember being young, heading out and driving around with mom and dad and hitting some shots.
So I'm Chris and Christine, Henry, Jack, and Hayden, and we've been members since August of last year.
Yeah, you feel so welcome here. The minute you show up, everybody seems to know who you are. They want to say hello. They treat our kids like family. It's pretty nice out here.
There's not a lot that we have in common as far as interests go, so it's great to be able to come out and spend a few hours together, like one-on-one or one-on-two, just enjoying the course and enjoying the weather.
So I think members will see some nice changes coming over the next several years. Something that's been talked about for years and years here is our irrigation system and our drainage. When it rains, this course is very wet. It's, having the new irrigation system is something it'll be huge.
The club has evolved, and I think over the last few years we've seen, and particularly this year and a half, I think we've seen a very much like a big change in our membership, in the sense of younger members now, lots of new members, which is really terrific.
And it was people with a passion for the game of golf and that wanted to build a community around that. That legacy and that energy and that community has evolved, but I believe it's held the same values, and that's really important here for us. And it's that the values of family, friends, fun, building experiences, having lifelong memories and experiences. I'd express gratitude for all the long-term members, and gratitude for all the current membership. You're why we're here, you're why we're doing what we're doing. We feel fortunate that we're able to contribute to creating these experiences for you.